Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to my class. This is Lavan Sharkar. I think you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. So dear student, today I am here to conduct the second class on chapter 6 from your Bangladesh and Global Studies book. I have already taken a class on this chapter. So this is the second class on this chapter and I will take another class on this chapter. So before the start of our today's class, I would like to show our today's learning outcome. After the class, you will be able to define citizen, then you will be able to define law, then you will be able to describe the duties of citizens, then you will be able to describe the characteristics and the sources of law. So dear students, let's get started of our today's class. At first, I am going to discuss about citizen. So question is that who are called citizens? Okay, so citizens are the people who live in a state permanently and who take all of the facilities from the state and who are highly loyal to the state or government are called the citizen. Again, I am going to tell you the definition of citizen. Okay, so citizens are the people who are who live in a state permanently and who are loyal to the state, loyal to the government. At the same time, they receive different types of facilities from the state are called the citizens. So dear students, now I am going to show the definition of citizen on screen. So this is the definition of citizen. Citizen is the person who lives permanently in that state and remain loyal to the state, constitution and other orders of the states and receives all the rights and facilities given by the state. And this is highly pragmatic definition of citizen. You can write down this definition when you will write down about citizen in your examination. Definitely you will get very good marks in your examination. So dear students, now I am going to show you some of the definitions of citizen given by some intellectual. At first, I am going to show you a picture and you have to tell me about this person. Do you know the man? I think you all know this man. His name is Aristotle and he was a great philosopher of Greek and he was a student of great philosopher Plato. Okay, and he had given a definition of citizen. Now I am going to show the definition of citizen given by Aristotle. So according to Aristotle, citizen who participates in the administration directly and represents in the city state is called citizen. Okay, so now I am going to show another definition given by Harold J. Lasky or Harold Lasky. Okay, so according to Harold Lasky, the person who take facilities of the state and remain loyal to the state are called citizens. Okay, again I am going to show you another definition of citizen given by Professor Gödel. According to Professor Gödel, citizen is the member of that political society who is committed to discharge duties for that society and he is entitled to enjoy all facilities. Okay, so these three definitions I have taken from your textbook. Among these three definitions, first two are very important for knowledge based question. So you have to give much attention on this, especially for first two definitions. Okay, so dear student, now I am going to discuss about the next topic of our today's class, that is the duties of a citizen. Okay, first of all, to be loyal to the state. Okay, a citizen will be highly loyal to the state and he will do everything according to the order of the state, especially according to the order of the government. Okay, so this is called he will be loyal to the state and this is one of the duties of a citizen. Not only citizen but also a good citizen. Okay, number two, to abide the law and the constitution of the state. That means a citizen will abide the law and constitution of the state. And I think you know all about the constitution. Basically, constitution is the supreme law of a state, and a citizen will maintain the laws, the rules and regulation of the state. At the same time, citizen will show respect on constitution of the state. Okay. Next point is that to be ready to serve the state anytime. Okay. So a citizen will try to make himself as a patriotic citizen. Okay, and he will be ready to serve the country anytime. Okay, any time, any emergency time. Okay, a citizen will be ready to serve the nation. So this is one of the duties of a citizen. So dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next point, that is to elect eligible and honest men as people's representatives. Okay, and this is a vital duty of a citizen. A citizen will elect a competent candidate in all types of election. Okay, and this is one of the duties of a good citizen. As a citizen, we will try to elect honest and most competent candidate as our representatives. Okay. Next point is to give tax and revenue imposed by the state. Dear students, I think you know well, to run a state is very difficult task. Okay, so to run the state, the government needs huge amount of money. Okay, so as a citizen, we will try to give tax revenues which are imposed on us to run the state smoothly. Okay. Next one is to do assigned duties given by the state. If the government or if the state assigns any special or special duties on us, we will try to do these duties perfectly. Okay. Next duty is to send children to school to educate them. Dear students, I think you know all, education is called the backbone of a nation. Without proper education, without quality education, state never be a developed country. Okay, so at first time we will take education. At the same time, when we will be parents, we will send our children to a school to receive education, and we will try to make our children as human resources. Okay. Next duty is to practice own culture and national programs. So all of the citizens will try to practice own national culture and programs, and we will show high respect on our own culture and national programs. So this is one of the duties of a citizen. Next point is to stand against all types of corruption. I think you know what is called corruption. Okay, so basically corruption means use official power in personal interest, and this is called corruption is one of the hinders to make development of any state or society. So as a good citizen, and we will try to stand against all types of corruption to make our country develop. Okay. Last point is that to try making themselves as human resources. Dear students, at first you have to understand what is called human resource. So human resource means when the people of a country works, and basically when the people of a country do something for earning money are called the human resources. Okay, so as a citizen, I will try to make myself as human resources, and I will try to earn something by using my qualities. Okay. So that's all about the duties of a citizen. as a good citizen we will try to do all of these things, then we will be able to make myself as a good citizen. So dear student, this topic is highly important for creative questions, so you have to give much attention on this topic. Now I am going to talk about the next part of our today's class, that means law. So dear students, what is called law? Okay, so basically laws are some rules and regulation which are enacted by the parliament or legislations, okay, and who are imposed by the executive branch, imposed by the law enforcement agency to control the external behaviors of human beings, the external behaviors of the common people of the state is called law. Okay, again I am going to tell you about law. Basically laws are the rules and regulation enacted by the parliament or the legislation, and who is imposed by the executive branch to control the external behaviors of the common people, external behaviors of the citizens of the state. So this is all about law. Okay, now I am going to show the definition of law on screen. So this is the definition. Laws are the rules and regulations passed by the legislature branch of a government and enacted by the executive branch of the government to control the external behaviors of the people of a state. And this definition is highly pragmatic, a realistic definition on law. So you can write down this definition in your answer script. Inshallah, definitely you will get very good marks in your examination. So dear students, now I am going to show you some of the definitions of law given by some intellectuals. Okay, first of all, his name is T.H. Green, and he had given a very important definition on law, and this definition is highly important for knowledge based question. Now I am going to show the definition of law given by T.H. Green on law. So this is the definition given by T.H. Green on law. Laws are rights and bindings imposed by the states. Okay. Next definition given by Professor Holland. According to Professor Holland, a law is general rule of external actions enforced by sovereign political authority. Okay, and this definition is also important for knowledge based questions, so you have to give much attention on this definition. Last definition is given by this man. His name is Woodrow Wilson, and he was the president of the United States of America, and he had given a definition on law. Now I am going to show you the definition of law given by President Woodrow Wilson. According to Woodrow Wilson, law is that portion of the established habit and thought of mankind which has gained distinct and formal recognition in the shape of uniform rules backed by authority and power of the government. So dear students, among these definitions, first two are very important for knowledge based questions, so you have to give much attention for the first two definitions on law. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the characteristics of law. Okay, there are some characteristics of law. First one is law controls the external behavior and work of people. This is very important to understand. Law doesn't control the internal behaviors of the human beings. Okay, yes, the religious values, only the religious values, quality education can control the internal behaviors of a man. Okay, but laws does not control the internal behaviors of a man. Only laws can control the external behaviors of the citizens. Okay, next characteristic of law is for all because it is equally applicable to everyone. This is very important. Okay, and law, and it is said that law is equally applicable to all types of people, Okay, and here the sex, the color, the religion of a man will not be counted. Okay, a man, and he will get the privileges, or he will get punishment according to according to his crime. Okay, so this is one of the characteristics of law. Next on is, law is one kind of order or prohibition which everyone has to be obey. Definitely you have to maintain law. Okay, you have to show your loyalty to law, otherwise you will get punishment by the authority. So this is one of the characteristics of law. Number 4, law is recognized and imposed by the authority of the state. That means law will be practiced, law will be imposed by the recognized authorities like the state, like the law enforcement agencies. Okay, so this is one of the characteristics of law. Last one is, everyone obeys the customs and regulation of the society. That means all of the citizens will show respect on own customs and regulation of the society. So that's all about the characteristics of law, and this topic is also important for credit question, so you have to give much attention on this topic. So dear students, now I am going to discuss about the source of law. According to Professor Holland, there are 6 sources of law. Okay, so first source is called the custom. So at first you have to understand what is called customs. Basically customs are some rules and regulation of the society, the behaviors of the people of a society, what people do in particular situation in a society is called the social customs. So social custom is one of the sources of law. Number 2, the religion. I think you know all about religion. Basically religion means belief. Okay, and law will be made by the religious rules. Okay, otherwise the common people will not accept these laws. Okay, so religion will be one of the source of law. Now point 3, okay, the presidents of the court. So what is called the presidents of the court? Okay, presidents of the courts means the justice, the decisions of the higher court. Okay, basically the presidents of the courts means the previous decisions of superior courts like the Supreme Courts or Supreme Courts or any other higher courts. Okay, so the presidents of the court is one of the sources of law. Number 4, the scientific discussion. That means law will be highly related to science. Okay, and law does not support social superstition. So scientific discussion, scientific invention is one of the sources of law. Number 5, the sense of justice. So what is called the sense of justice? The sense of justice means thought and feelings about what is fair, what is unfair, the deserve of the justice, okay, of the common people is called the sense of justice. So the sense of justice is one of the source of law. Number 6, the legislation and parliament. Okay, in modern time the legislation or parliament makes laws. Okay, and this is called the main source of making law at present time. Okay, and you know there are 3 organs of government. One is the executive organ, second is the legislative organs, and third one is the judiciary organ. Okay, and the main activity, the main duty of the legislation to make law for the welfare of the common people. Okay, so these are the 6 sources of law according to Professor Holland. Okay, and this topic is highly important for periodic question, so you have to give much attention on this topic. So dear students, now I'm going to start the next part of our today's class. In this part, I'm going to ask you some questions, okay, and you will try to give the right answers of these questions, though I will give the answers of this question. So my first question is, who are called citizens? Okay, so basically citizens are the people of a state who live in a state permanently and who take different type of facilities from the government and who are highly loyal to the government and the state, okay, are called the citizens. Number 2, what is the definition of Aristotle on citizen? Okay, so according to Aristotle, who participates in the administrations and who represents in the city state is called citizen. Okay, so this definition is highly important for knowledge based question. Number 3, what is law? Basically laws are rules and regulation enacted by the legislation and imposed by the executive branch to control the external behaviors of the people. Okay. Number 4, what is the definition of T.H. Green on law? Okay, according to T.H. Green, laws are rights and bindings imposed by the state. Okay, so this definition is highly important for knowledge based question. Number 5, how many sources of law are there according to Professor Holland? Basically there are 6 sources of law according to Professor Holland. So that's all about our evaluation part. Now I am going to give some homeworks. You have to write down the duties of a state, okay, and you will submit the answer of this question after the open of your school to your respective teacher. So dear students, if you want to watch more video classes on your textbook, you can visit my YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Lavon BGS Tutorial. Dear students, thank you very much for watching me with your kind patience. Next time, see you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz.